So Lewis Smith, here we are in a gym. You're beginning to look tone the game. And you'll say you've never been away, but as far as the rest of us are concerned, you're back. So where have you been?
I've been dossing around. No, I mean I've been very busy, combining media work and commitments with, I guess, just living a normal lifestyle. You know, meeting friends and doing normal stuff.
Well, hold on a minute. I would argue the living the normal lifestyle bit. So you go and win a silver and a bronze at the Olympics, more of which later. Then you go on Strictly Come Dancing, which you just happen to win. And then it's just a big whirl of holidays and hanging out with famous celebrities. Give us just a few highlights.
Well, New Year's at the Dorchester, spending it with Diana Ross, John Travolta, Mariah Carey, and that was quite fun. But those are the more elaborate stories. I mean, I have been doing normal stuff as well with normal friends. But no, things are very crazy, and you know, the contrast of what sport has given me is unbelievable.
Now, the London Olympics took a lot out of you, didn't it? You basically put your whole life on hold just for London, didn't you? All roads led to London.
Yeah.
And of course you did fantastically well, a bronze in the team and a silver in the individual, in the pommel horse, identical mark to the champion. And you were kind of happy stroke disappointed, but as time went on and everybody said you should have won a gold, it began to dwell, didn't it?
It did. It starts to rub a little, and after a bit of rubbing, obviously, there's a bit of friction. So I'm really keen to get back involved. You know, everyone that I talk to that watched that pommel horse final says to me, "You should have got gold. You should have got gold." You know, even when I went to Belgium to commentate on the World Championships last year, a woman came up to me in the street and called me the Olympic dancer that should have got gold. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of drama around it, and I think that's definitely given me a bit of motivation to get back involved with the sport.
Yeah. Now, I mean, you had, like every young guy, bit of downtime. Let your body, by your standards, I hasten to add, go a little bit, and basically from Easter to the end of summer, it was holiday, was it not?
Yeah, I had a few breaks. I mean, my first holiday was a kind of an active one, so I went on a skiing trip, which was fun, and then had a few warm holidays with excessive drinking and partying, which I think I've missed out on for quite a while.
Well, you say quite a while. I mean, let's just nail this, shall we? You're 24. You started gymnastics at 4. Longest you've been away? Any year?
I've only had 2 weeks as my longest gap from the sport in all that 20 years of training. So it's not very long. You know, people think, you know, you might have off seasons like other sports and you have 6 weeks off. You know, not at all. You know, we get a week off. You know, in the summer for a holiday, 4 days off at Christmas. You know, you never really get long periods of time away from the sport.
No, and everybody thinks, as they always do, oh, it must be great to be Lewis Smith, but they forget about the 6 days a week, 2 sessions a day, and also all the way through your teen years. And I mean, you're only 24 now, for goodness sake, but you didn't do what most guys of your age do, or at least until last year. So all the things that teens do, none of that happened in your life.
Exactly. I mean, it's all year round commitment for 20 years, not just on my part, but you know, my mum who took me to training all those years and things like that. So it's a hard job, and yeah, I'd say all those kind of teen years caught up with me over one summer, and I definitely had a good year.
Yeah.
2013.
And better late than never, hey. Better at 24 than at 34.
Exactly. I don't think I'll be able to cope with one holiday at 34. Well, the type of holiday I went on anyway.
So you were thinking about, you never actually retired, but you didn't really know what you were going to do. But a lot of people were saying you should have won, and you've been dwelling on it. And then you go and commentate on the Worlds, and I bet that's when the juices really started to flow. It did.
You know, I never really said I was going to retire from the sport. I just said I want to step away from it. I want to do different things, and I always kind of left the door open. And then after commentating at the World Championships and seeing guys compete that I was with, and seeing scores win the medals that I know I can beat, really made me feel like I can get back into the sport. So yeah, here I am.
It's one thing thinking about it, one thing wanting to do it, it's another thing actually doing it. Now, as good as you obviously were and presumably still are, time waits for no one. And gymnastics, thanks to people like you, is pretty good in this country. You've got the Commonwealth Games this summer, and everybody's going to think, oh, well, he's going to go, he's probably going to win because he's Lewis Smith. But it's not as simple as that, is it?
Not as simple as that at all. When I left the sport, my shoes got filled pretty quickly with younger gymnasts, more hungrier gymnasts. I'm 24 now, and in terms of Britain and British gymnasts, it's getting on a bit, and it's going to be tough to qualify. It is. Not only have I got to get ready for March, which is where the selectors are going to be picking the teams, I've also got to try and produce routines that I've not done before, harder routines that are going to compete with the best in the world. So it's going to be a hard job.
Now you're now into gym work and specific gymnastics training, but it gets you going from the I was going to say out of shape, but this is all relative. The out of shape Lewis Smith to the fine young honed athlete sitting here today. What did you do?
Well, December time, I used that critical moment, building up to Christmas, to do very intense interval training. So I've been doing this workout called Tabata, which has kind of gotten me to the shape I'm in now. I've lost almost a stone. And that's short and sharp work, isn't it? It is. It's over 20 minutes time. You do a workout for 20 seconds, you rest for 10, and you repeat that over 4 minutes. And it's very, very intense. And I literally, the weight dropped off me. And now in the new year, I've done 3 gymnastics sessions, and the rate at which I'm picking, old skills back up and how I'm coping with it is unbelievable, which is down to the Tabata training. And although it's not going to be easy and it's a tough challenge for you, I guess you would not have been able to have done it. You probably wouldn't have even have had the will to do it if you hadn't have had the last 18 months of enjoying yourself. You needed to, fall back in love with the sport. That's exactly right. The more time went on and the more I kind of thought about how the Olympics went down and how close it was and how it could have been, I just really needed a break from the sport and the kind of all that kind of side of it, and you're right, I needed to fall back in love with it. Okay, we can't look beyond Glasgow, can we? Commonwealth Games, that's a big enough hurdle for you, but obviously you want to get back to winning. I want to get back to doing winning routines. I never say that I want to go to a competition and win gold, but I know the routine that I'm working on, if I get it to a level, then it can be a crowd pleaser, let's say that. Fantastic. Well, it's great to see you back, and the very, very best of luck for the next few months. Thank you very much.